Okay, guys, this is Ahava. Okay, we're bringing you another lawful study under the Most High God's covenant that we are supposed to all have with Him. Check this out. This explains the realm that you're in by accident because you're in the wrong jurisdiction. The Bible says in the end, the whole world would be deceived except for the very elect if it were possible. You guys, trust me, it's possible. It's by the grace of the living God that I was led out of Babylon and met all these amazing people who are going to share with you the truth about your captivity in bondage.
I said there's only accusations on the record. There is not one material fact put in yet as to your baby, the biological property that came from you and her father, okay? On this document, does it say anything about your biological property and what is happening after you signed a birth certificate, which they're not even showing the signature?
I know, right?
Right? Okay, so you need to request that part, that information too.
I don't think they ever had you sign the birth certificate. Yeah. Well, even if they did, this is a point. This is another.
They had to. Excuse me. This is only a certificate of the live birth. What
It's
you
an
sign in
original.
the hospital is the registration.
You had to sign
Oh,
it.
wait, I think I did sign
Yes,
it.
Yeah.
you would have had to.
Right. So when you signed it, they had to tell you the nature and cause, because after you signed it, everything twisted into a whole nother thing. It's not what you think it was. They collateralized. They made money off your baby. They trafficked it. But wait, let me just finish this. It says, this is prima facie evidence.
Yes, it's evidence of the purchase.
There's no material fact on the record. When this goes in, now there's evidence in the file of a fact. Now, how that fact was transformed after, this is even illegal.
You're
Okay,
getting too far.
I know, I'm sorry. These guys are listening.
Yeah, they know.
All right, we'll go back to what we got to do.
Yeah.
But this is important.
Okay, so we're going to move forward.
Everything in Rome comes under his stable.
Adopted an apple and
An adopted child cannot inherit.
Ah,
It has to go through the father's house to get your things. Right? So Moses left.
What, Bishop Estate, you mean?
Yeah. Anyways, I'm trying to explain the principle because
Yes.
we've all been taught wrong when we go to church.
Yes, and
They've
this
never
is
told
huge.
us. They've never
We gotta
told us.
wake the church
They
up.
never told you that you are literally Jesus and the principle of Jesus himself, or how he was born. It's us. He was born in a stable. Everything in Rome comes under
Are you
his
saying
stable.
like Jesus is in every single one of us? Like
Yes.
that kind of?
Yes. And in time, it's going to take time. I don't expect you to understand it right now. I'm sorry for getting off course. But I wanted to explain to you guys how this is all working. Because it's going to open up,
It would totally make
society
even more
will change.
sense.
Society will change. Okay?
Yes, it's beautiful.
So Rome wrote the story,
Thank
but
you
Rome told us
for-
everything.
For sharing this knowledge with us.
Anyways, Jesus is in you. You don't, and trust me, and he comes through your blood, right? Because that's an unbroken chain of title, our blood. You see why they want to put their DNA in us?
Right.
Because we still hold the unbroken chain of title, and that's what Jesus was saying. Oh, I come from, right? I don't come from Rome. I says I come straight, and it's through here. Like what? Because, and that's where the word started. Jesus created it,
Right.
and he gave us the word too, to protect his things. And then they transferred it into all this blood right of it. So they're taking their blood right in their house, and they're saying, no, you're my property. You're my property in my house. So you can't inherit from your father. You inherit through us, and we're taking our cut. That's how it's working.
They're extortionists, basically.
In Blackstone's commentary, it clearly says, because they don't know their nativity, they shall be administered by us. because we didn't know that part.
Well, so that word is nativity. You said it
Nativity.
because we call it born or child, and nobody says nativity. Nobody's been taught
This
that.
is our nation.
So we need to teach that.
I used to my father said our
Our Father.
Our
Right.
Father.
So
And remember,
So we're all
if we
heirs.
go back to the beginning, Cain and Abel, they wanted to steal their inheritance. Isaac and Ishmael, you know, everyone's after an inherit
Yes.
the bloodline to inherit. So they're putting all the animals and beasts, because they don't know about this, so they're putting them in their stable under their the livery.
Yeah.
You were delivered at birth, means you
Oh,
transferred,
wow.
you delivered your biological property into his house. Okay?
So this,
So that's an omission, by the way,
yes, and
which is a false conveyance of words. We don't use fraud.
well, I've asked every single mom since I've ever learned this, probably 10 years ago. Did any hospital, any doctor, anybody from the state ever give you any kind of explanation what that paper was all about? And they're like, no. And every single mom assumes and presumes. It's like a announcement.
but you-
the baby's here.
You guys see how they do it?
It's trickery. It's deception.
They pit brother against brother.
Yes, they do.
Right? Because they're going to start this war in the Middle East, pitting brother against brother
Yes.
because of what they've assumed and been taught.
But it's all lies. It's just a created
the Bible
story.
says Ishmael's line has their own inheritance and their own land too.
So everybody's line has their own inheritance.
But you understand? You know, see what I mean?
and so
Yep.
I looked at the man and what happened to his brother. He had to eliminate in order to obtain his goal.
Right.
So
So that's what Jesus' purpose was, and that's the story. And now you go back and look at his words, and you'll see it all. The temple courtyard, it was your birth. That's your birthplace. And you were they made an unfair exchange at that temple. Okay?
So what about the dad on the birth certificate?
I'm just going through, it's more spiritual. But the dad is the father. The apple contains the union of you two, the blood of both of you. Okay, so you're still the father. You're still the mother. Okay, what we're talking about is this right here. This piece of paper is where there's an issue. Where they said they have a right. Where they said they have the right to come and take your biological property. They had to have the right from this instance and notify you they're taking and transferring the substance into form.
And who
Into form.
Who is they?
Uh-huh.
They.
That's illegal. Highly illegal. And it's right here in state law.
But when
So we
you
need time.
when you say they, like who are you referring
The
to?
government. The
Oh,
state.
okay.
The state. The
Do
state.
you think it's smart for us to get her to get Amiko on the phone and let's just talk to her and try to